Welcome to the Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. Uh, I am Dr. Lakshmi Devamma, working in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Kushal Nagar. In the module 1, that is additive manufacturing, I am going to start the third session of first module. In this, these are the things which I am going to highlight here. That is laminated object manufacturing system, merits and demerits of laminated object manufacturing system, applications, and also when it comes for the classification of additive manufacturing system, I am going to highlight the molten material system, fused deposition modeling, dual extruder machines, and also the post processing of AM parts. A metal additive manufacturing systems, well known as MAM. Let us go for the laminated object manufacturing, which is similar to that of what we are doing the laminations for our personal ID cards, and is as similar as that of the like how we are going to laminate our maybe credentials like marks cards, degree certificates, and other things like bus passes. The is same is similar as that of it. So you can observe from the figure there are two rollers. One is a material supply roll, the other one is a waste take-up roll. Here there is a platform on which there is a bed is prepared. Okay, so there is a the material sheet is supplied from the material supply roll, and it moves on to the bed. Thereby the another roller called heated roller supplies the required amount of heat and the required amount of heat to the sheet. The metal sheet is spread on to the onto the bed. There is a layered part and support material here, so you can observe. And there is a laser light which comes and falls on the mirror, thereby it reflects and it comes out in the form of beam. And here there is a moving optic head, which from the moving optic head it moves in the direction of x and y, and it comes and falls on the sheet which is been already spread onto the platform, or what you call it as a bed. So here you can observe this is what a current layer of the sheet, this is what a previous layer of the sheet. So once the heat is supplied supplied from the heated roller, and the energy is supplied through the laser light, what will happen here? The sheet gets laminated, and the wasted once the sheet gets laminated, the material has been laminated, then the waste is comes and falls onto the waste take-up roll, which takes the waste here. This is called waste take-up roll. So in this way the object can be laminated. So you can observe the 3D view of the laminated object machine or manufacturing system. You can observe, as I told here. There are two rollers, that is one is a take-up roll and the other one is material supply roll. You have already explained. So here there is a heated roller and also which is the laminating and heated roller. So you can observe there is a XY direction, like how positioning the device here. You can observe there is an optics, that is a laser light or whatever it is. So layer, outline and cross hatch you can observe like this. Okay, this is what parry block and platform. So here this is what in a 2D view of this one. You can observe the part 1 is a foil supply, part 2 is a heated roller, part 3 is a laser light or beam, and part 4 is a scanning prism, part 5 is a laser unit, and part 6 are the layers, layer by layer the sheet is being spreaded. Seventh one is a platform, moving platform. Here this is there are two platforms here, so this is what a moving platform. and 8th one is waste products will be taken or rolled with the help of waste moving rolls. Okay, there are the steps involved in this process is that the first step here is the sheet is adhered to a substrate with a heated roller, that is sheet is being spreaded here. The laser traces desired dimension of prototype. This one is a laser light which has been traces and maintains the required dimension, that is of prototype. And then the third step here is the laser crosses the hatching area or hatches non-pot area of hatches non-pot area to facilitate the waste removal. So waste removal is just waste comes and rolled in the roller. Then next step here, platform with completed layer moves down out of the way. That is the complete platform. What will happen here? Platforms, moving platform it is just moves down out of the layer. Thereby the fresh sheet of the material is rolled into the next position. Okay, so the last step is what will happen here? The platform moves up into the position to receive the next layer. Like this, the layer by layer, the sheet will be laminated, and the process continues for the next operation. So the next one is the merits and demerits or advantages and disadvantages of laser laminated object manufacturing. Or it has the ability to produce the large scaled models and also utilizes very inexpensive papers is possible here. It is a very fast and accurate, good handling strength, environmental friendly, not health threatening. So for the operators it doesn't have any harmful effects for the personnel who are working on it, and also it is environmental friendly. It doesn't cause any it doesn't have any pollutants, and even though if it has very less, it doesn't have any much problems with the environment. And we can handle it very roughly. That means it has good strength, and definitely we can produce at a faster rate with an dimensional accuracy. And also compared to any other process, the cost of this sheets will be very cheap. When it comes to disadvantages, it has a need for decubing, which requires a lot of labor. That means filling that material that is in the form of powders, that is what you call it as decubing. That is removal of that cubing is laborious, and that is labors needed, labor cost also increased. And sometimes it is fire hazardous, since we are dealing with heated rollers and laser lights. The care should be taken that shouldn't catches fire. And definitely the finish accuracy and stability of the paper objects not as good as materials used with the other rapid prototype methods. So these are the merits and demerits, or what you call it as advantages and disadvantages of laminated object manufacturing. The laminated object manufacturing. So the laminated object manufacturing, the 3D view of the laminated object manufacturing, you can observe from this figure the actual process, that how it is going on, you can observe from this sketch. And next you can observe 3D view of the laminated object manufacturing and 2D view of the laminated object manufacturing. These are the various parts of laminated object manufacturing. These are the various steps, that is what I have explained so far. These are the steps involved in for the in the laminated manufacturing, object manufacturing. These are certain merits and demerits of the laminated object manufacturing. Now let's go for the applications of laminated object manufacturing. These are the applications here. That is investment casting patterns. For investment casting patterns, we are using laminated object manufacturing, and also in some cases, to verify the concepts, also we are using masters for silicon rubber injection tools. Also we are using. These are the masterpiece for silicon rubber injections that we are tools that we are using. Fit checks and also direct use. These are certain typical applications of laminated object manufacturing. That is, the investment casting patterns, we are using laminated object manufacturing system. Concept for concept verification also we are using it. Master for silicon rubber injection tools, for manufacturing silicon rubber injection tools we used as a master sheets. Then for fit checks we are using this typical this one laminated object manufacturing system for the direct use. Next let's go for molten material system. In the molten material system, here the molten material system is characterized by preheating. The molten material system is characterized by preheating chamber that rises the material temperature to melting point, so that it can flow through a delivery system. The most well-known method of doing this is the fused deposition modeling. Material extrusion technology is developed by the US Stratasys. They are using this approach. Extrude the material through a nozzle in a controlled manner. So a single jet piezoelectric deposition head lays down wax material. Another head lays down a second wax material with a lower melting temperature that is used for the support structures. The droplets from those prints heads are very small, so that resulting parts are fine in detail. So to further maintain the parts precision, and a planar cutting process is used to level each layer once a printing has been completed. After that, what will happen here? Supports are removed by inserting the complete part into a temperature controlled bath that melts the support material away, leaving the part material intact. So the use of wax along with the precision of the solid scapes machines makes. So this approach ideal for precision casting application like jewelry, medical devices and dental castings. Few machines are sold outside of these niche areas. So this is what the molten material system. Molten material systems are characterized by preheating chamber that rises the material temperature to melting point, so that it can flow through a delivery system, which is similar. The molten material system is almost similar to that of the laminated object system, but here we are using wax as the supporting system. Once the process is over, the wax has been removed by applying the temperature. It just reached to a molten state, and only the object gets taken out, that is the product can taken out. This is what molten material system. So as I told, the best way of molten material system, it's is that the fluid deposition system is the best example for this. So the fluid deposition modeling is one here. The fluid deposition modeling, the filament is very important here. The filament is based, here it is a filament based technology where temperature controlled heads extrudes thermoplastic material layer by layer into a build platform, as I told earlier. A supporting structure is created where needed and built in a water soluble material most of the cases. So here the filament is usually made up of thermoplastic materials like ABS, PLA and many more. And nowadays the many new materials are available in the market. So here that is what you can observe, the 3D view of FDM, that is a fused deposition modeling. Fused deposition modeling is a filament based one here you can observe, and with based technology where a filament based technology where temperature is controlled, head extrudes, here thermoplastic materials will be placed layer by layer onto the build platform. A support structure is created, so that can be soluble in the water or even it will be become it can melt when you supply the heat. Suppose if you use wax and other things. So these are the materials that we are using for the filaments. Dual extruder machines. These are certain dual extruder machines. Here in the dual extruder, we have to in this case we have to build a support structure for this. You can observe from the figure there is a support structure here. So filament based only. So support structure you can observe the drive wheels, the liquefier, so filament, the material cartridge. This is a heating blocks or heater blocks. This is the tip. So for modeling material we have to go for the supporting material. So based on how the supporting material gives this supporting material is been dissolved, it can be dissolved once the model is been done. Okay, so this is what the actual model. This is a liquefier and drive wheels. These are the two drive wheels. Here you can observe the material cartridge is it will be in the form of filament. It is applied and it is rolled between the two rollers. This is one is the driving wheels. These two drive wheels, this rotates in the opposite direction. What will happen? The material takes the it reduces the dimensions of the material. It takes it like it just you can observe it's a filament like structure. It just comes and falls here, and the tip it goes here. So in this is what model. So this is what actual modeling you can observe here. So these are 3D model you can observe. This is what the thermoplastic modeling filament is to a semi-liquid state. This is what extrusion head draws the part and its support one layer at a time. So this is what the dual extruder machines. The name indicates the dual. That means here we are going to develop a supporting structure first and will develop the actual model. So based on the supporting structure. Once the model has been developed, the supporting structure will be removed. That is, it can be dissolved in the water. Supporting structure may be dissolved in the water, or it may be it may melt with the help of heating. So fused deposition modeling, this is what actual fused deposition modeling and how it the application area of fused deposition modeling as I told earlier, fused deposition modeling. So here some of the application areas of fused deposition modeling and 3D view of the deposition modeling. Some of the application areas are we are using as prototypes. That is, prototypes are produced for form, fit and functional testing is standard materials by FDM, and support parts can be produced directly by this method. Support parts like jigs, fixtures, etc. Small series parts down to one of a kind are built in standard materials by fused deposition modeling. So post processing of AM parts. Post processing is the essential stage of additive manufacturing. It is a last step, and also it is as I have explained in the previous session. the post-processing cost and post-processing steps are very laborious in case of additive manufacturing, because it has a series of steps to get the finished product. This is here it is a last step actually, where the parts receives finishing touches such as smoothing and painting. Why this post-processing is important? Because post-processing improves the quality of the parts and also it ensures the accuracy so that it can meet their design specifications. So hence the post-processing is very much important in case of additive manufacturing. And also here the finishing process can enhance the part surface characteristics, geometric accuracy, aesthetics, mechanical properties and many more. For samples and prototypes, this can mean the difference between a sale or a loss. And also here for production parts, finishing creates a parts that is ready to use. The post-processing operations are very much important in case of additive manufacturing. As I told here, it is very much essential because for every part we have to give the finishing touch. For that we need a post-processing operations. The post-processing operation is very much important because it improves the quality and it removes the dust, dirt, etc. And also it maintains the dimensional accuracy, and also it enhances the properties, the mechanical properties of the material. Additive manufacturing parts is essentially welded to the build plate. Yeah, one such process here is the part is essentially welded to the built plate, and you will not be able to pull it off without some assistance. Even then the additive manufacturing parts will need post processing before it is ready to use. So there are some costs associated, as I told earlier, the cost associated with post processing of AM parts is very high. So here powder removal, the first thing here is powder removal. AM parts built down in a powder bed of fusion system as new layers are added to the top, which means the parts are buried in powder when they are done. Thereby the powder particles which is not utilized for fully, that is powder particles will be left out, that has to be removed on the built bed. After the build is finished, the parts build plate have to be cooled. The machine operator has to remove all the powders. So from the build volume and severe filter recycling process is very much essential because this is not an expensive step, but it does to take the time. That is, it is MLT will be, manufacturing lead time will be increased. The next step is we will have to remove the stresses, that is the heating and cooling of the metal as the parts builds layer by layer leads to internal stresses that has to be relieved before the part is removed from the machine or from the build plate. Otherwise the part may wrap or even crack. So before having that damages, we will have to remove the internal stresses caused due to the heat and cooling. The stress relieving these stresses relieve the part requires an oven or furnaces, preferably with environmental controls that is big enough to fit the entire build plate. So many have been recommended using an oven with an inert environment to minimize the oxidation on the part surface, because the powder certain times those why we are preferring to go for the oven means some of the powder particles when it exposed to the air, it may catches fire. So it leads to fire hazards. To remove the to avoid that fire hazards, so we better to go for the oven prefer an oven. So part removal, this is an important aspect in the EDM, to remove the parts from the build plate. However, many machine shops are starting to use a bandsaw because it is faster, and the bottoms of the parts must be finished anyway. So part removal is very much important because of its because it should not cause any damages. So we should be very care should be taken here to remove the parts. Usually we are going for bandsaw because it has ability to remove the parts with a faster rate, and it doesn't cause any damages to the finished product. Keep in mind that materials such as Inconel strain hardens as they are worked, making it difficult to remove them from the liquid plates with just a bandsaw. So for that we have to remove certain materials is very difficult using bandsaw. So bandsaw can complete the task in minutes even then. Heat treatment. Heat treatment once the part is finished, it is subjected to heat treatment to enhance certain properties of the material that is in a product. That is to enhance the microstructure of the material, to enhance the mechanical properties of the parts, and also it is necessary to heat treatment is necessary to almost all the AM parts. In many cases, this step also requires an environmental friendly, because the furnaces with ability to regulate the temperature and cooling down the schedule is a tough task. Heat treatment may affect the dimensional accuracy or dimensional tolerances, so that some of the people prefer to heat treatment parts before they machine or finish them. So next is machining. Machining is one of the manufacturing process where the certain unwanted metal is been removed to get the finished product. Here machining helps the matting surfaces, threads, support structures, and more likely will be required to ensure the dimensional accuracy of a finished part. A few AM parts meet specifications as built, and if nothing else, the surface of the part that was connected to the build plate will need to be finished. Most of the manufacturing companies already have machining systems on hand, but registering parts and establishing the datums for machining can be tricky, and especially for complex shapes, organically shaped parts made with additive manufacturing. So the post processing of AM parts is also accessing internal channels or cooling passages that need to be machined, can also increase the additional costs. Costs are highly dependent on the material and the job, as well as the fixturing needed to hold the parts. Next step in the post processing of AM parts is surface treatment. This is very important step, because the surface finishing is highly required, and it might be required to improve surface finish quality, reduce the surface roughness, clean the internal channels, remove partly melted particles on a part. When outsourced, these costs can easily run in the hundreds of, not thousands of dollars. So this is about the third session of module 1 of additive manufacturing, which is a core subject for 8th semester mechanical engineering of VTU students.